Good morning.
Good morning, beautiful.
How are you?
I am really, really good. How about yourself?
Well, it's like mid-morning
Yeah.
and I'm good. I feel like I've had time to wake up. I got to work with a colleague this morning. I'm feeling really good. Before we jump in, do you want to introduce ourselves?
Yes, we
Let's do it.
definitely should. We are Tanner and KB Cunningham of the
Hello,
Couples Couch podcast.
I'm KB.
I'm Tanner. If you're new here, we are an allegedly old married couple who give you daily hot takes, clickbait
Just,
culture stories about ourselves. I don't know. What else would you say?
I would say that we're allegedly old, not allegedly married.
Yeah, exactly. We feel old in spirit,
Yes.
but we're
In
not actually
spirit,
old.
we're in bed at 7 p.m.
Yeah,
In
definitely.
actuality, we're regular millennials.
True.
And that's like really our whole podcast
That is,
is like all about us, culture, intersectional ideas, and kind of
yes.
how like life just plays out. And we're always joined by our co-host, Brooksand,
Roxanne.
who is our four-legged beagle mix buddy.
Yeah, he's sleeping right by his mommy as she speaks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you want to share a little bit about what we did last night?
Ooh, yeah. So again, if you're new here, hi, welcome. But
Hi,
we are
moms. Hi,
hi
Cass.
moms. We are currently in LA, and that has been a lot of fun.
Yes.
I cannot believe we are winding down a bit.
I know. Yesterday, like, felt
Starting to
like.
gather up some stuff around the room. We've had it a
Mm-hmm.
bit of a mess, and I was like, oh yeah, let's start to gather some of the clothes.
Yes, we're gathering all of our stuff up, getting it ready for
Yeah,
like a little small transition into a different hotel.
yeah,
But honestly, we typically don't have to gather up like this around our home because we're super organized. Because
right.
Tanner's actually like a custom home organizer,
Yes.
plugging Cunningham
Plug
configurations
it.
every time I can.
Yeah.
He does custom home organization and deep cleaning and smart home configuration. So if you need
Yes.
help on any of those things, please
Let us
reach out
know.
to us.
CunninghamConfigurations.com.
Yes, that's us.
That's us.
Yeah. But yeah,
Yeah.
so we've been cleaning up, but today we said yesterday we were
I
going.
know. I was like, we have to fill them in.
Yeah.
We did mention the last 2 days that we're going to the broad, and that seems like it's a lie, but it's
Uh-huh.
officially happening today.
Yeah, you're it's real, it's happening, it's
Yeah,
all happening, Sheena
it's
Shay.
all happening. We'll even post, I'm sure, stuff to our stories later, but
Yes.
it is all happening. Yes.
Yeah. You want
It's wait, what?
I was gonna say yesterday afternoon, like we walked around,
Yeah,
we went out, we had like such a fun time,
we
just
did.
like exploring the city. That's one of our favorite things to do together is like not have a plan, but have like general ideas of what we want to do and just see what executes. Because like there's nothing more like worrisome than feeling like you have to do 17 million things when you're
So
on like
annoying. Yeah.
I call this businesscation. We're definitely doing lots of business out here, lots of
Yeah,
work, and we also try and live every minute of like it after. And so businesscation is in full form.
it is.
And so businesscation when you're not at home also requires snacks. And so
Snacks.
as we were
A
walking
must.
last night doing all of our little thing, we tried this wonderful place yesterday called White Elephant.
Yeah, it was
It was
really good.
some of the most delicious Thai food we've had. We talked about Thai food the day before. We had
Hmm.
Thai food again.
Yes,
Oh,
different Thai food. I had the well, it was almost like well, mine was orange chicken, so I
yeah.
don't know, but it
Maybe it's
was
more
really
like
good.
Asian fusion. I
Yeah,
had Thai food.
yeah. Yours was more Thai, I
Mm-hmm.
would say, but I had orange chicken with the Thai rice, or not
Mm-hmm.
the jasmine rice,
Mm-hmm.
excuse me, and the steamed vegetables. Delicious. What did you get?
I had like basil Thai rice, I think is what it was called, or
Oh,
Thai
was it?
basil rice. It was something like that.
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, the Thai. You got Thai fried rice, is what I
Uh
think you
huh.
got, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It was really good.
It was
The
absolutely
chicken in it was
amazing.
good. It was spicy, like undercover spicy. Like
Mm-hmm. Which is how
initially,
I
whenever
like
you're
it.
eating it, you don't even know, and then after you're like, wow, that was actually really spicy.
This girl is on fire. No,
Yeah.
truly. I did it to myself though. I saw like the spice levels
Yeah.
and it's
What
like
spice
one
level did
through
you get?
five, and I
Oh,
chose like okay, no, I think it was spices 1 through 6, like, and the first spice is like 0. So like
oh,
one is like no spice. I chose spice level 4.
oh yeah. You played yourself.
No,
That
I
makes
didn't. I
sense.
loved
No,
it.
it was good. It was good, but I don't think I would have been that brave. I would have been like two,
Yeah.
because
No,
I'm like sensitive to spices.
no, I think if I was gonna order it again though, I would order like spice level 3 and then maybe get a
Fair.
little bit more sauce.
Yeah, I was gonna say if there was like a plum sauce or something, even with yours being that spicy, because it would be like a little sweeter, it would help
Hmm.
balance it. I think that would be nice.
Have you ever had plum sake?
No,
Oh my gosh, that's
is it
some.
good?
Yeah, it's delicious. I had it once with Read My Lips.
Oh,
Yeah. And like, I just don't want to say people's names on the podcast
Right,
because they
that's
didn't
fair.
sign up for that.
Redacted
So yeah,
to protect their anonymity.
their anonymity. Oh,
So yes, we walked around. We got snacks. We say all
uh,
that to say, how did we? Weren't we? Isn't that what we were talking about?
yeah, we were just talking about what we were doing last night and like what we
Yeah.
did yesterday. And so yeah, we got Thai food. We actually got a little bit of sun. I worked from the roof a
Oh yeah.
lot yesterday, and that was like absolutely fabulous. Shout out Hotel Perla. Please give us a sponsorship because I've literally done nothing but sing your praises like an opera.
Yeah, it's nice here.
Yeah, it's been wonderful.
My one note,
Tell us.
because we always have one.
I have
There's
three.
no okay.
Go
Oh,
ahead.
I can't wait for yours.
You
But
start.
my one note is there's no coffee pot in the room, so that's annoying.
Yeah.
Which was
Yesterday,
oh
the
yeah,
Wi-Fi went down.
their whole system was down. They were having
Yeah.
some issues.
And would have to reprogram our TV, which is fine.
Yeah.
All of that does happen.
Sure.
But like when we did ask for help the first time, it was a little like wonky in that support. And so we just like we did call back and get better help.
We did.
So this is not a BetterHelp sponsorship. We do not have an online therapy source, but BetterHelp also like reach out to us. We know the impacts and wonderful benefits of therapy.
We do.
Yeah, so like another shout out.
Another shout.
I know all of you getting my free labor. Free publicity. And for my 56 followers who listen, thank you so much.
We love you so much.
And yeah, we'll talk more about that later. Those highlights, insights. Maybe we'll talk about that tomorrow. I don't know. We'll talk about it.
Our snacks.
Got our snacks, but we also stopped by this really cool place and we got a beautiful bath bomb, and it was the most relaxing in this hotel. Once again, shout out Hotel Perla, or Perla, however you say it. We don't know.
We don't.
They have some of the most stunning bathtub situations, and took a relaxing bath last night and literally like KO'd within 40 minutes of 40 minutes of taking the bath. So
just so relaxed. It was, and that's really a win because if you can take a bath not in a bathtub you have to clean, especially when you get a bath bomb. Our bath bomb was black. I think it had glitter in it. Like,
oh, it looked like the galaxy. I was obsessed.
Yeah, it was. I was like, oh, these poor people are gonna have to clean this. We'll tip them well. But geez, that's annoying.
It is.
But I'm happy we did it here and not at our house.
No, same. Well,
and
honestly,
the bathtub was really nice.
Oh, it is so nice. And you know what? I don't think it really like messed it up. I looked at it.
I
like,
didn't either,
yeah. So like, yeah, whatever. This Albert
and
Victoria. I know.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about somebody Peretti. Who was that?
Liza.
Yeah, Liza Peretti. Yeah. But when I heard Albert, I thought about. I was thinking the Peretti. Yep, I was like thinking about those things. All of the teachers out there, you know how we break down sounds. So yeah, it does. So that was so nice. And then
the snacks we procured, I got Lay's, just classic Lay's, delicious.
I'm a classic man.
Yeah, exactly. Also, I was shook whenever I was in the CVS last night. We were looking at the candy, and they didn't have like a great selection to begin with. But we got a couple things. We got we
got a mixed bag of M&Ms.
That was really good. And then the mini M&Ms, a bag of like mini M&Ms.
Yeah.
And I was looking around the candy and I see a bag of Hershey Kisses.
Yes, it was a decent sized bag, I would say, but still a bag.
A bag of Hershey Kisses. And I was so shocked because it was $20. $20. I was like, I didn't even know that people purchased. I've personally never purchased Hershey Kisses.
So are you saying that Hershey Kisses are what?
What I'm saying is I believe that Hershey Kisses are the what are those things called?
The butterscotch?
The butterscotch candy of our generation.
Yeah, like who pays for them? Yeah. Where do they come from?
They just pop
up. Just out of the abyss.
Out of the abyss. And I'm sure my mom bought them as a kid and that's why they just like appeared to me. But still, like I've never as an adult on my own purchased a bag of Hershey Kisses, and certainly not for $20.
No, I would say certainly not for $20. I feel like if you don't know this about me, I used to work in schools, still get to work in school some.
Yeah.
And like candy's just free flowing, and like some of that is like also with the Hershey Kisses. I feel like they're just always free flowing. Like who buys them? Where do they come from? They just come up out of nowhere. And then like if you're not getting the butterscotch reference, then you didn't go to church with your grandma every Sunday or your parents, or
even like those little strawberry candies.
Oh my gosh, we used to have like a stash of those in the back of our house when I was a kid, and I used to love finding those.
Really? Would you eat them?
Yeah.
Aren't they like
They're a little
The
gushy on
center,
the
I was gonna
inside.
say the center is kind of like gusher vibes.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I love a gusher.
Oh,
I
gushers
feel
are
the rush.
delicious. Gushers. Yeah, gushers are really good. I
No, so
agree.
yeah, you didn't get stuck with assemblies or having to go things and playing bingo
No,
at the
we didn't.
what are those places really called now?
Bingo halls.
Like in like the older homes, like
Oh,
assisted living
yeah, like an
places.
assisted
You
living
weren't playing bingo at
living.
assisted living with your family, or you were not
Yeah, if you don't know about
participating
the
in those type
butterscotch
of events. If
candies,
you were in Key Club, I know you got butterscotch and bananas on your way out. So
every
like,
time
don't blame me. I feel that's what Tanner's saying. That the Hershey Kiss,
is our generation's butterscotch candy.
like
Hmm.
we just have them out of everywhere.
Yeah, we don't know where they come from, and
And
I don't know who's paying $20 for them
maybe
in a
it's
bag.
like cloudy with a chance of Hershey Kisses. Like it's just like falling out of the sky. Like
Maybe
cloudy with a chance of meatballs, cloudy with a chance of Hershey Kisses.
it could be. I
Somebody
like
call
that.
Wonka. Where's Timothy?
Timothy, call him please.
Yeah, he knows. You know who knows the answer to this? Timothy.
Timothy, he does.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we procured snacks, got a bath bomb. That was great. What else do we? Oh, we had the most delicious post dinner. So again, we get food credits every day. And since the system was down yesterday, they were having some real issues with us using it. So we used it for dinner.
Mm-hmm.
The night before, we got two desserts. Tonight, or last night, we got the meatballs and focaccia.
Mm-hmm.
It was unreal. It was so, so good. And so, again, this is at the Hotel La Perla. So you can come and just eat at the restaurant. And I would
Mm-hmm.
definitely suggest getting the meatballs and focaccia.
Yes. The meatballs and focaccia were delicious.
Mhm.
Are we gonna eat that again tonight? Most
Definitely.
likely. And are we gonna have our own order tonight?
Yes.
Most likely. Tanner and I often like split things. No,
Yeah.
this is not something you want to split. It was
It's not.
absolutely delicious. It was hot and just like it was like the perfect amount. And you know what? Like they do pride themselves on being like, if you look at the website, it says something about being like an Italian hotel or like an Italian inspired like space.
Right. Okay.
And
I
like
see that.
I do see that a lot in the architecture. I do think it's so pretty here. They did give us a free big bottle of glass water to refill, so that's like very
That's
European
nice,
of
yeah.
them to like be like less fastic.
Oh.
Fantastic.
Fantastic. Yeah, they did. That was nice because the last Marriott that we stayed in did not. Wasn't it a Marriott? No.
It was
I take
not a
back. It
Marriott.
was not a Marriott. What was it even called?
It's called the Pali Hotel,
We
and
stayed
it's
at
a
the
chain of
Pali
hotels, and
Hotel.
some of them are super nice, and some of them are
Well,
less
the
than
one we
desirable.
stayed in was nice. It had its issues, but we're not going to get into that. But
Yeah.
they didn't even have a place to fill a water bottle. When I was like, "Do you have a refill station?" They looked at me like I had three heads. I was like, "Oh, okay." Just
Yeah.
asking for a friend.
No, that was
And
weird.
my Nalgene. Sorry.
Yeah. Me and my Nalgene.
Yeah, we needed to know.
Yes.
And last night I called because our TV was not broken, but
because of the Wi-Fi issue, we
Right.
had to like go in and reconfigure our TV. But good thing Cunningham Configurations knows how to do basic steps.
We did it.
To the left.
And so that was great. We got that worked out, and I asked him, was it an option to because in a lot of Marriotts you can plug in like your Netflix login.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because we wanted to watch The Love Is Blind.
Lib.
The Lib premieres, or the Lib season finale rather.
Mm-hmm.
Was it? No, reunion.
Yeah, it was the reunion.
It wasn't live, thank
Mhm.
goodness. But whenever I called down, I was like, "Hey, do you have that as an option?" And they were like, try to gaslight me. They were like, "No, we just have extra
70 other
channels."
options.
Yeah, I was like, "Okay, that's not what I asked, but thank you for letting us know."
Yeah, they actually said to you because like I love like they said most Marriotts only have 30 plus channels.
Yeah.
Our Marriott has 70 plus channels. You're so lucky to be staying here.
Truly.
Voila!
I was like, "Cool, thanks,
Yeah.
Judge Judy."
But before we get back tonight, I do
What?
think we need to get our Disney Plus like logged in again. I need to call Mom
Hi, Mom.
or Cass.
Okay.
I gotta call Mom or Cass and figure that out because Cass comes out with her thing, and I
right.
really want to watch that.
Her movie.
Even though I already know it, like we know it. Hey,
The
look
Eras
so
tour.
pretty like the devil.
Yeah.
It looks up grinning, but
I
I
thought you
always
said
say it.
Cass at first, so I was trying to give them more clues. I was like, Cass is coming out with something, but then you said Tass.
Tass.
Taylor Allison Swift.
No, Taylor Allison Swift. Hold on, I have a cough.
Oh, yeah.
Guard your ears. Okay.
Guard your ears.
Yeah, so it's a Love Is Blind reunion. Honestly, we watched it in parts.
Yeah.
There's still things that I need to like watch and recap because honestly, that bath bomb really did take me out. But I wasn't here for it. Like so much of it was arguing. I'm like, are we in a board meeting?
Or an episode of Jerry Springer? Yeah, is what I
Oh,
think
that's
you
what it
said.
was.
Yeah.
No, it felt like an episode of Jerry Springer, and I was just waiting for them to go, Nessa,
Yeah.
Nessa, Nessa. Because Vanessa,
Vanessa.
okay, my opinion, but forget
Spoiler.
everything else that they do. I know that they're producers.
Okay.
Please recast them.
Right. Why are they hosting?
Recast the
The
host.
show
Honestly, they can
doesn't
be
need
self-produced.
hosts.
You talked about that
Yeah.
before. AD, and a great example of that is when AD took Sarah and to the side and asked her conversations about doing that, and asking that conversation from a peer instead of like this 45-year-old woman who can't stop obsessing about people having babies on her timeline. Like when she did that a couple years ago on the, in quotations right now, so I'm doing air quote, live reunion.
Right.
And then like, I'm just so sick of her, and I'm so sick of that narrative. And I just think she could do things better. I think there's other things she could excel in that's not asking. We're not in that level of questioning anymore. This is not VH1.
Right.
98 Degrees is over. The last person you had a successful interview with, I think, is when you met your husband.
Sure.
Like that's incredibly successful to me.
Yeah,
I'm making all this up. I have no idea if that's how she met her husband. But
allegedly. But yeah, I just think that I'd take your hot take and raise you another. I agree. I think that it could be self-produced like the show. We don't need hosts, and we certainly don't need the Lachey's hosting the show. They can
pay
be
them
producers.
Still if they want. I don't care.
No, I mean, whatever, fine. But I don't know why we're paying them if they're not doing anything. I don't need them to be on the screens. I felt like Jack, what's his name, Lachey? Her husband? Drew Lachey? Nick.
Drew's his brother.
Okay. Nick. I knew that Nick, he kind of moved it along a little bit, but yeah, we watched it in parts very quickly. It was very boring. It was unnecessary. I didn't enjoy it. I didn't understand why they had so many people from past seasons there. It was weird. I was like, I think they were just trying to really sell us on the experiment, that the experiment had worked, because they were like 9 out of 11 of the couples that are still together, and I'm just like, I don't care.
I was waiting for a college alumni event to be sent out and ask for donations at the end.
And then they brought that girl with the gloves in. I cannot remember her name, and I won't remember.
Oh, Gianna.
Yeah, they wheeled her in from wherever she came from with this new man who had no reference to the show. I was like, what are we watching? It was weird. It's always weird. They need to know that they don't need to do a reunion because it doesn't make sense.
No, don't do a reunion. Honestly, I don't even care about the reunion. I like to see it when they're back together in 6 months or so, when they do that refilming.
Right.
Like that's always so juicy.
They didn't even ask if anybody was still together, and I guess that's probably why, because they're still stringing us along for this.
Did they not ask if anybody was together? Did you finish it all the way?
I heard that they did not address it in any way. Like
I've heard it said
allegedly. So
that
I don't
Nick
even know
and Jessica shouldn't be on the show anymore.
Truly.
For so
her name is
many
Vanessa,
reasons.
But yeah, they need to go. They got to go, and they don't need a reunion. The reunion needs to go, and the Lachey's need to go.
Yeah. You know when it's time to go. When the coffee gets cold.
Well, Taylor is in Beverly Hills at the Hollywood sign.
She is at the Beverly Hills, supposedly. So if you have not gotten on your little tickety-talkies, I have not been on barely.
Yeah.
So like I can barely tell you what's happening in that TikTok world right now. And like also like apparently getting banned. We don't know. Get your fix now. Tanner's not going to get his fix because he is not on there.
No.
But I am. Go look at our stuff. Thank you.
Thank you.
Plug the Couples Couch podcast, the Couples Couch on Instagram, TikTok, and Spotify, and all other places like Audible, Amazon Music, and coming to Apple Music soon. We're in a fight with them.
Yeah.
But we don't have to be in a fight. We're lovers, not
they
fighters.
They just don't want to give us an Apple ID, and I don't understand.
Right.
It doesn't make sense. It's like, sorry, this can't be created at this time. That's the same error that I've gotten every day this week. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to speak with Steve from Beyond, but we'll see if I can do it.
Are you there, Steve? It's me, the Couples. I'm like really into musical theater today.
Yeah, you're
I've sang from Shrek. I've sang from Wicked. I've sang from I don't know. But yeah, no. Taylor's supposedly at the Hollywood sign filming. That's our headline. Tay Tay at the sign. I'm like, should we drive over there? Probably. I really need to see. We'd have to like drive up in the hills. Do you remember the first time we drove up in those hills together?
No.
Oh, okay. So we went to the Hollywood sign together.
Oh, I do, yeah.
And it was like such like sharp, windy turns. I was like, oh, look at these people. We're going and going and going. Going. Yeah. So Taylor's there. Apparently, people were upset about the permits. And like, cause she's like filming in their backyard and like taking over and yada yada yada. They say,
okay.
And so the mean streets of Beverly Hills, as Erica Jane would say, are not having it because you're interrupting their daily flow and structure of life, which is not to understand because roads were being blocked, I think, and things like that for our sissy girl to really take off and do whatever she's doing now. But apparently she's been doing this Good Morning America thing every day, telling us like when she's dropping parts of the surprise songs. I think the first surprise song we'll hear tonight on the Disney show, I think she said it was Maroon, which like, don't get me started. You already know what I think. I think Maroon is one of the best. Oh, I remember listening in bed with you to it for the first time.
Yeah, same.
I was like, she cut me. She cut me. So yeah, Tay Tay's there.
I don't remember that being your response actually, but I think I actually
it was
really
the second
the song.
time I listened to it.
Because I was like, this is such a good song, and you're like, it hasn't hit me like that yet. I was like, well, it will.
It's always the second time for me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Same thing with Midnight Rain. Same thing with Vigilante.
Yeah.
That's how like Alexa says it. Vigilante, I thought was going to be completely different, and I'm in love with it now. But I think what she does is like she knows how to make things better based off of like visuals. She's like, oh, you didn't like it this way? Let me put a visual with it to give you the explanation and through line.
Cool. Yeah, no, I agree. I like that.
Yeah, so yeah. And then you want to talk about Beverly Hills? Speaking of Taylor filming in Beverly Hills, we watched. Let's give you
the highlights.
The last, the overview. Okay, so Sutton, like, apparently her blood pressure got really high.
Well, and as we had suspected, they kept everything for the very final episode. Like, we knew we weren't going to get anything. And they kept it until the very last 10 minutes. Because, frankly, that is all we saw. Because, again, we were staying in a hotel. We don't have access to, like, back up the TV or anything like that, rewind. And
the Wi-Fi was out, so we couldn't just, like, pull it up immediately. Yeah. We didn't get the Netflix up for a hot minute to watch The Love is Blind.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, we caught the last 5 minutes of the show, which was the juiciest part, as we had suspected. And so, but... what we did miss was Sutton, so go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. So we did miss Sutton piece, but like this is what I pulled from the interweb. So you all can all know Sutton Strack. Sutton Strack left with Garcelle holding her best friend's hand in her ambulance. She said it was horrible leaving TV that way and like horrible to like have your best friend sitting with you that way and like needing to do all that, yada, yada, yada. But apparently her blood pressure was 175/120. She couldn't feel her legs and she was like physically shaking. So we say, get well, Sutton. That was obviously filmed months ago. So she's
probably well.
She's probably well. She's probably fine. And
any real explanation, though, that you could find?
I couldn't find like a super explanation. But she was like, she rode in an ambulance on her way to ER from the Culver City studios.
Well, I'm just like, oh, that sounds so nice. Okay. I'm like, what? Why was your blood pressure so high? Like, what was the root issue? Did you go to the doctor? Like, right. Are you okay? Do you need to get blood work? Like,
is it your esophagus? Like... Yeah. I'm not speculating about her esophagus.
No, Amber, you certainly should not.
I will not. And the only thing I will speculate about is who is styling Sutton full time. I think it's herself.
Yeah, I was going to say it's not an actual stylist.
It's definitely not Avi either, because Avi could help her. Avi, her little house manager, project manager.
I've seen Avi's looks. I don't know.
I don't think he's great, but I think he could at least say, not that.
Oh, well, anyone with eyes could look at her and say, not that.
Be thou my vision.
Yeah. So yeah, we didn't really watch it, but the juiciest part. Let's dive into.
Let's talk about the Kyle Richards of it all.
Yeah. What did Kyle have to say?
Kyle had to say. Well, Kyle did have to say that like she doesn't know if this is her happily ever after, and she's gonna find her happily ever after. Was really like the ending statement, but like.
With or without Mo.
With or without Mo.
Yeah.
Kathy also came to say that it had been like 3 to 4 years. We saw that in last week's episode. Then Kathy came out and said it again on the couch. She said, we all haven't been good for about 3 years. And Kyle like respectfully disagreed and side-eyed her and said, that's not how the timeline is actually. She's like, that's not what happened.
So they were not on the same page about the timeline.
No, they were not on the same page about the timeline, which I kind of respect her because like, other people looking in versus like actually knowing are two different things. I mean, it's literally us right now, like making our speculations, but our speculations are just funny.
Well, then Kathy already has like an issue with Maurizio anyway, so it makes sense why she would see him from a different light or from however she wanted to see him.
Yeah, because if you're here to yesterday's episode, we talked about Paris coming out and saying all those things about Mauricio post show, and here's what, like, I just think that Kyle and Mauricio are definitely separated. They are definitely getting divorced. The last headline was, um, she said she'll have her happily ever after no matter what. But Mauricio is looking for a home, and they're living in the same house. Kyle was not leaving the home. Kyle said, "This is my house,"
Yes, she did. She
which I
said
do
she wouldn't be
respect
leaving,
because
and I
she already
understand.
left the house she loved, like cue back the house with the big white floors that Sutton Strack lived in like 2 seasons ago,
Yeah,
or maybe it was last season. She was living in it at the
yeah,
beginning.
it was recently.
She had a white refrigerator,
Hmm.
yeah, in that
Yeah.
house. And so, yeah, but your hot take last night, which I don't know if you remember it, but I
What?
texted it to you, was Mauricio's looking for a home. He has like 100 agencies. What's up with that?
Oh no, yeah, because that's thank you. She was saying like, like he's looking for a home, but like our family dynamic is working right now, and like he's looking for a home. Yeah, like he owns the agency. He looks at homes all day. He should just pick one, and he
Mm-hmm.
has money is not an object. So again,
No,
just pick one.
no. I mean, you all saw that party at SoFi Stadium. Stadium.
Yeah.
This like that was like paid for by them. I don't even think production paid for that. Like
No.
Kyle's richer than production. Like I
Yeah.
feel like
Yeah.
it's weird to have an employee richer than your company, but they're private contractors at the end of the day.
True.
I mean, they're employed, but
Yeah.
yeah, no, that and I just yeah, I don't think they'll be together. Kyle did deny ever hooking up with Morgan or
She
being
did.
with Morgan.
She said yeah that they weren't together. But she did think she was hot.
Yeah, she thought she was hot
And she said that
she would
obviously
obviously
she
have
was curious. Like she did a music video with
uh-huh.
Morgan, and like it was very sexy and like
Mm-hmm.
very close quarters kind of thing. And she's like, "Well, if I wasn't curious, I obviously wouldn't have done it."
She also said something in an episode last night that alluded to the fact that her and Mauricio are very much separated and they can live their totally different lives and do what they want. So
Right.
I'm like, that was the perfect time for you to just say, yeah, we're in a situationship.
Right.
Yeah, we don't know exactly what it is, and I'm not going to call it what it is. But I'm wondering if she's not wanting to call it what it is because they are in the middle of divorce things, and she might be getting less, even though Mauricio has been doing this the whole time. And that's kind of what Andy brought up is like this has been happening for like people have been having rumors about this since Lisa
Since the
Vanderpump
show
and Brandy
started. Well,
too.
since the show started, he said, yeah.
Yeah, and so like since the show started with the psychic saying he'll never really emotionally fulfill you.
Well, even before that, there were rumors he was saying that Maurizio was sleeping
Okay, so I missed that
around.
part. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, that piece plus the psychic plus the
Plus the scandal with Lisa Vanderpump and Brandy
Brandy.
bringing in the tabloids on that cash strip. Yeah.
Yeah, and them all was talking about Marisa from the beginning. And so it's like, and I think Kyle said this too, that at some point, like, it's like you have to, you can't help but look. You have to look and see what's going on.
Right. Yeah. You
Like, at
can't just
what,
always turn a blind eye.
and at some point, then there's smoke, there's fire.
Yeah, of course.
And that house is burning down. The Lover house of the Richards slash Umansky.
Burnt to a crisp.
It's
Unfortunately,
going. But Kyle's still living it. Mauricio needs to get out.
agreed. And
And I
think
agree
he
with
could
that
easily
statement.
do that since he owns the agency.
Well, and they still have one daughter they're raising there. Kyle
sure,
has
yeah.
talked about um Kyle's talked about wanting to live in Aspen.
Mhm.
I think that'll all happen, and I think it'll be coming soon.
Yeah. But I agree.
Yeah.
I think that I think she should keep the Beverly Hills home, but yeah, she should also get an Aspen house.
Yeah. And well, I think they already have an Aspen house, but get more. Yeah. Get your settlement, Kyle. Actually, she needs to make up, and this is my last hot take, I think, of the morning, is that she needs to make up with Sutton, send her some flowers, and figure out that divorce attorney, because Sutton gets over $300,000 a month after taxes.
Can you imagine?
I could not. Like that type of spread the wealth. When you're making that much money, I feel like that's amazing. Like, get your bag, sis.
And yeah, it's just mind-boggling. But yeah, call her lawyer.
You need to call her lawyer. You need to get with Sutton, figure that out, Kyle. That's my hot take. Get over it for the in-between and like figure it out. And I think she should give us one more season. I don't need any more seasons after what I need to see her going. I want to. I don't need to see anything, right? But I want to see her going through this.
Yeah.
And like seeing how she makes the business moves as like a woman in power here. I want her to end up on top in the situation because we've had Kyle for so long. Yeah, end on a good note.
Sure, I agree. Go out on a good note. Don't leave like Lisa Vanderpump like villain.
Yes, and then just like do your own sideshow. No, go out on a good note and then live your life. And I think that's what we're about to do. We're about to go out on a good note.
And live our own life.
Hey! Thank you, Robin. Brianna
Yes.
Fincy.
Yes, thank you so much for listening. We really appreciate you. And we will be chatting with you tomorrow.
Chat to y'all tomorrow. Thank you.
Love
Like,
you.
subscribe,
Yeah.
listen. We're on all the platforms. Bye.
Bye.